digging, and then like all the strength here, then push out. In actual basis yoga, now even do even more drastic. Yeah, so like that. So there's kind of some control, not like losing this control. That kind of this that bit of robot type. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Third time, no need to do that one. You just know I got you wrong. Just relax and release the peace. And relax again and me. Just, don't begin about 3 times. Okay, thank you. So you can do it at home, then become more natural. Okay, so Yeah. So um, maybe start with try to know the nature of the mind. Mm, mm, yeah. So as mentioned in the morning, the nature of the mind is clear and cognizant, but determining the abiding nature of the mind. So that's the more expanded uh, definitions of knowing, the true nature of the mind. Uh, so it has a three characteristic: the essence of the mind, nature of the mind, and a characteristic of the mind. So it says like this. It says like this. Although the abiding nature of the mind has generally been designated by three terms: essence, nature, and characteristic, they are in reality not different from the essence of the mind. So the essence of the mind, the absolute reality essence of the mind, knowing the absolute reality essence of the mind, and determining the abiding nature of the mind. So there's there's a little bit difference. So even though the ultimate nature of the mind, there's no such three kind of distinctions. But when you want to determine the nature of the mind in the practice of abiding in meditation, then these three characteristics should be understood. So in the so it says emptiness constitutes the intrinsic nature of all things, mental and material. The essence of such emptiness is not different from what has been designated as the mind's self-nature, and it is manifesting mood. However, from the standpoint of the mental aspect, it can be divided into three: essence, nature, and characteristic, which are identified accordingly. So as mentioned earlier, although abiding nature of the mind has generally, in the three terms, but then the reality, the absolute reality is no difference. What even it means: essence, nature, characteristic. And then Venerable Gamboa says the essence of the mind consists of the three aspects: essence, nature, and the characteristic. Its essence consists of the state of clarity and non-conception. The essence consists, what really the essence is, it consists the state of the awareness, which is clarity and non-conception. So what really the essence is? The essence of clarity and non-conception. When you know the deeper level of our mind, especially the observation meditative level of our mind, and especially the clear-light mind. It is essence, carry the quality of clarity and non-conceptual. It is nature, it's devoid of any substantive mood of arising, dueling, and ceasing. And ceasing. The nature of the our fundamental mind, the clear-eyed mind, carry the quality of devoid of any substantive mood. That substantive mood is a mood of arising, mood of dueling, mood of ceasing. As like the omniscient, in ever-present cognizing of phenomena. There's no different from the past, present, future. And knowing, unknowing, it's ever-present knowing. Similarly, the clear-light mind, our clear-light mind, which even our own clear mind, even the sentient beings' clear-light mind, carry the nature, ever knowing, not only being of non-conceptual mind, but ever knowing, unpolluted mind. There's no increases of, better awareness in that nature of the mind, as equal as Buddha's omniscient mind. See, so the clear light mind that what we carry, it carry the same nature as when we actualize the resultant Buddha within us, that omniscient state of the mind. Both in it is conventional capability as well as ultimate capability. So therefore, in this very moment, even when we are not enlightened, the conventional and ultimate Buddha nature is pre-existent within us. And that is the absolute nature of the mind. The absolute nature of the mind is the Buddha nature. And that is the clear light mind. You see, because of possessing that conventional and absolute nature of the mind within us, we can claim the Buddha pre-existed within us, and that's what we claim, that we possess Buddha nature, Tathagata essence. So the only reason why we are not omniscient yet, because we are not awakened, fully aware of that nature. You see, even though the object is still there, but the subject, our awareness, is not fully awakened. You see, not fully awakened. Because of that, we are not Buddha yet. What obstructed to realize that nature, that Buddha nature, because of the cloud of delusional, the conceptual, start with any form of conceptual mind, including those of gross and subtle delusions, defilements. That's the reason that we become obstructed. Even Buddha pre-exists within us, we are unable to express that being Buddha. Unable to illustrate all the qualifications of the Buddha. See, and because of the nature of our mind, nature of our clear light mind is in that way, And that similar way, like the omniscient one, then all the defilements, all the flaws, all the obscurations and delusions are temporary. They are not our, they are not our true nature. They are not, um, you know, exist, pre-existent from the very actualizations of we as a being. Not like the Buddha nature is. The moment the being exists, the Buddha nature exists. But the delusion, the ignorant, the moment that being exists, it doesn't exist, at the same time. You see, it is very circumstantial, you know, defiled, our system due to circumstances, due to creating action that which against the actions of the Buddha. Then we create, negative circumstances, and that condition our mind and the environment in the pollutions of defilement, in the pollutions of karma, pollutions of delusion. You see. So therefore, our true essence is Tathagata essence. Our true essence is the Mahamudra, all pervasive, absolute, and truth, absolute and legitimate reality of existence, and that absolute nature is oneness with all the among all the beings, among all the phenomena, even the both samsara and nirvana, can you still, in that nature abide sameness, just like that. So so similar like the sky, the space is ever present. The void of the space the space, the void of temporary tangible existence, obstruction of tangible existence, is all pervasive and ever present. And because of that, the empty of the space, which is all pervasive and luminous, therefore, all existence are possible. The tangible existence are possible. If there's no space, then there's no room to actualize tangible phenomena, isn't it? So similar way, because of the absolute nature of our being and the absolute nature of our mind, the clear light being, all pervasive, that gives the possibility, possibility of including the resultant Buddhahood, possibility of, the void of, entire flaws, entire flaws, and that also not by negating, what you call the negating kind of tangible objects or outer phenomena to make a space for omniscience is more about the subject, awakening in it. Yeah, the subject awakening in it. The subject, our awareness, the mind itself, awakening in it. as far as concerned with the true nature of the Dharmakaya or the Tathagata essence or the Mahamudra is there, is ever present, ever present. Uh, uh, the level of your achievement along the stages of the path, achieving higher wisdoms, achieving higher level of the path, eventually including achieving of full enlightenment is, how complete, achievement in the awareness of that Buddha nature. You see, at the moment, intellectually we may be aware, but even slightly deeper level of conscious, we are not aware of. So we need to actualize that awareness, awakening through meditative process. Is it through meditation, especially through absorption meditation. Then, as we discussed in the morning session, when the natural clear light occurs, when the natural clear light experience occurs at the time of dying, there your intellectual and meditative training can able to, even actualize the fully awakened state, fully knowing state of the absolute, Tathagata there, absolute Dharmakaya there. So when you're fully awakened in that knowing, the Dharmakaya in the experience of clear light, and there you actualize the resultant Buddhahood. And it is characteristic refer to the dualistic appearance of silent existence, permanent peace, etc. So the characteristic. So now here, you see, the present level of awareness that we have, present level of utilizing the power of our mind is very limited, from our human intelligence, very limited way. Even from these three qualities of the absolute mind, all these three are the essence, the nature, the characteristic. We are not utilizing the first two qualities of the mind. We're just utilizing the last quality, which is the characteristic. The characteristic, which is the dualistic appearance of dualistic in the conceptual mind only. You see, whatever knowledge that we learn, even meditation that we conduct, very much using only the minor qualities of the mind, the characteristic aspect of the mind, that which carry, the dualistic apprehensions. You get my point? Dualistic apprehensions. You see, so until we don't utilize the essence and the nature qualities of the mind, we weren't able to eradicate the defilement. We weren't able to eradicate the defilement. So in order for us to utilize the essence and the nature aspect of our fundamental mind, then we're able to achieve the perfect wisdom, the subject, the perfect meditative mind, the subject, and perfect meditative absorption meditative object, which is the which is the Tathagata essence, or which is the clear light, which is the emptiness of the mind. You see, as we mentioned before, the essence is clarity and non-conception, which is the wisdom. Then the absolute nature of the absolute nature of all pervasive, not arising, not dwelling, is talking about the emptiness of the mind. You see, emptiness of the mind. Then when our meditative capability of the shamatha mind dual into, choose the object of meditation, the emptiness of the mind, then it becomes Mahamudra meditation. It's a Mahamudra meditation. You see, so Mahamudra meditation. So there you are utilizing during the training period of the training, you are using the highest wisdom, highest mindfulness, which is the wisdom, wisdom of Karsa. The sharpest mind that which realize, or the sharpest mind that which realize the emptiness of, sharpest mind that which realize the emptiness of the mind itself, or in other words, realizing the emptiness of the emptiness. At least in knowledge, the meditative training on the emptiness of the emptiness, the emptiness of the mind. Then using that sharp wisdom, meditating on to the absolute nature of the mind, which is nothing more than complete void of all times, complete void of all basis, complete voice of all understandings, and it is absolute tranquil, absolute bliss. So placing the sharpest wisdom, knowing the emptiness of mind, onto the meaning of that emptiness, the meaning of that absolute nature of the mind. Placing is very much like mirror, reflecting the object. In the mirror you place here, reflecting the object. The subject, the mind that the meditative mind that going to meditate on the nature of the mind is like very much indistinguishable, the subject and object. So, and being in absorption in that is very much the Mahamudra meditation. So Gamboba again comments, the mind consists of nature, essence, and characteristic. The designated term nature of the mind means that in its intrinsic nature, it is pure and uncreated. And thus encompasses all realms of samsara and nirvana. The term essence means that innermost awareness. The essence means that innermost awareness is detached from the arising and creating. Mm. Mm. The term characteristic means that diverse appearances of image arising from conditional, physic imprints. Mm. Yeah. So anyway, this is just to know, just general, to know about, level of our mind. Even though, even in the conceptual mind, there are so many different minds, 51 mental factors, etc. So this here is already talking about beyond, even more deeper level than that. It's very much defining the very very the core characteristic of the mind. Yeah. So there's one master called Mahamudra. Said Mahamudra means non-dual awareness. Non-dual awareness. So, so this is talking about the subject. Subject. So when you get into the most subtle level of meditation on emptiness, in order to it really qualify to be Mahamudra, then it has to be non-dual awareness. Means subject and object. There shouldn't be any differentiation between subject and object. As I given an example of like reflecting into a mirror like that. You are seeing your image in the mirror, and the person you see inside, and the person, the seeker, is almost undifferentiated. Conceptually, you can differentiate, that's just an image. The real body is here, but in actual, in other aspect, it's like non-differentiable like that. So again, the same thing here. It is three aspects: essence, nature, and characteristic. Essence means the emptiness. Essence means the emptiness of arising, ceasing, or conceiving. Essence means the emptiness of arising, ceasing, or conceiving, which is the same nature, and the nature of the void of intrinsic existence or inherent existence. Void of inherently arising, inherently ceasing, inherently conceiving. So nature means unobstructed lucidity. So that is the nature is unobstructed lucidity, which is the emptiness itself. Essence is knowing that, knowing that means the emptiness of rising, ceasing, or conceiving, knowing that lucidity. Characteristic means the diverse appearances of level of, differentiations, pure, impure, samsara, nirvana, etc. The essence and the nature of the mind are stated to be identical in reality. So, identical in reality, you see. So when you apply that into meditation, then the meditative wisdom and the object of the meditation, that is the absolute reality of that wisdom, is very much identical reality. Now, the aspect of mind is identical with the characteristic. This is affirmed by the like that, affirmed by the past masters, like the great Karmapa, like that. The first Karmapa, the essence of mind is empty. It is self-nature is lucid, and it is aspect consists of diverse, unceasing appearances. Then the Guhya Samaja emphasize in the Guhya Samaja text, it is empty of all substance and detached from the dualistic discriminations, such as aggregate element and the sense of faculties. So, yeah. It is selfless and event. This mind is unborn from the beginning because it is empty by its innate nature. So our, the clear-light mind is similar like the enlightened mind of the Buddha, are unclouded by any view of dualistic, the self and aggregates of life, because the characteristic of this mind are void at all time. The nature of the mind consists of luminous clarity. Luminous clarity. The mind's nature consists of luminous clarity, which is the intrinsic nature of the Tathagata. So mind's nature consists of luminous clarity. That luminous clarity is the Tathagata essence. That is the Buddha nature. So this is general understanding. The mind, its nature is pure and luminous. It is non-substantive, undefiled, and detached from any, even substantial particles, to actualize that. This luminous clarity being the nature of the mind, it immutable like a space. You see. So usually, give an example like a space. So it's like a space, the luminous clarity. Is that being the nature of our mind, then it brings the possibility of all existence. Existence of the actualizing Buddha right there, or characterize, indulging in its characteristic, going away from its essence and nature, then bring about formation of interdependent causes to actualize like samsara, etc. Like that. Okay. Similar thing. The intrinsic purity of the mind was clouded by a transitory defilement. So it's a transitory defilement, clouded by a transitory defilement, not an innate defilement. Mm. Ensuing confusion distorted the consciousness of its natural state. Through its interaction with the fundamental discrimination emerge sentient beings of the sixth realm. Mm. So when the defilements are eliminated, the intrinsic nature of the mind is actualized. So way to actualize the fully awakened Buddha within is by purifying the defilements. So we may say that, yes, I understand, I carry the nature of Buddha. I have the Tathagata essence. Even, journey of even this life, we have this natural experience of clear light. But then how to fully awaken in that? How to go back to my true essence? And the way to, so the answer is through purifying the defilement. Through overcoming the defilement, then you can go back to your root. Through purifying the defilement, you can actualize the clear light into Dharmakaya. And the best path to overcome the defilement is actualizing the Mahamudra meditation, or actualizing the meditation, absorption meditation on the nature of the mind. Of the absorption. There are many practices, many tools, but the most effective, as discussed in the morning, the most powerful is using the most serviceable mind, the shamatha mind, and then being in the absorption meditation on the nature of the mind, the ultimate nature of the mind, or the emptiness of the mind. So that's the best way, that's the best path to purify the defilement and to reach the resultant Buddhahood by awakening in the pre-existing Tathagata essence. Mm. 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 Yeah. So then, yeah. So briefly know the nature of the mind, absolute nature of the mind. Then, as said, the best method is meditating, and through the absorption meditation on the nature of the emptiness. So here we discuss a little bit on the meditation. So this first is general. We know how to meditate on the general, um, you know, the common meditation on the selflessness of person, selflessness of phenomena. Then, uh, like 4 kind of emptiness, 16 kind of emptiness, 20 kind of emptiness. So there, are, you know, so there are many different emptiness meditations out there. So first, the reason of meditating on emptiness or selflessness, it says, to identify the self and the mind clinging onto it, it is said that although duality is devoid of essence, it is misconceived as possessing substantiality due to inbred delusion. The mind develops attachment and clinging to the two self entities of subject and object. Mm. Mm. Conversely, the non-existence of the two in itself is non-duality. Mm. Then there are certain thoughts that Chandrakirti have pointed out. What is described as the self is the essence or the inborn entity, the existence of which does not depend upon external condition. Selflessness is without such a self. Selflessness of material and mental phenomena are so designated because the two distinctions are made in the form of material element and personality. The dual reality categorized according to their inherent characteristic are designated as dharmas. The element of material phenomena, while personality is stated to consist of the mainstream consciousness that conceal of the physical constitution. All the realities of the element being inherent characteristics are designated as a dharma. The stream consciousness is designated as a personality. So this, for me also, it doesn't make any sense to what I did to what I wanted to make connection to. Earlier, I thought there's some connection, but now I don't find any connection. So anyway, maybe there's somewhere, I don't know. By conceiving the self, one perceives the existence of others. Differentiating between the self and others cause attachment and hatred. Okay. Entanglement with this cause affliction. As long as clinging of the aggregates of life exists, so long as there's clinging to the self persists. Where there is clinging to self, there is a karma. So this is all general. I thought I saw something that which is makes sense to what I want to share, but I don't know where it is. So that's why sometimes when I do in my memory, make more sense. When I start looking at the text and I try to put here and there, but it doesn't mix. So anyway, I think I will give up on this one. I myself, it doesn't make any sense to what I wanted to deliver. So, and my voice also says, you talk nonsense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, so the point is yeah. in order for us to, really understand the emptiness of the emptiness of the mind, or the emptiness of the Tathagata, the essence itself, the ultimate, the emptiness of the ultimate nature of the conventional nature of our mind, nature of our most innate mind. We need to, exercise our understanding the emptiness of the person, the first emptiness of self of the person, and then such as through different logical presentations. One of the best logical reason is interdependent arising. Self is empty because it is interdependent arising. Self is empty because of its lacking of all the invalid way of existence, like such an inherent existence, a true existence, substantial existence. So this is the common, logics that you apply. Then, in the Chandrakirti's teachings, the chariot, carrot, isn't it? The horse carriage, giving the example of the 7 kind of reasons or examples, the horse carriage. And then, our own existing, establishing establishing lack of true existence, lack of inherent existence, establishing interdependently existence, establishing mainly exists in a mainly labeled by the mind. Similar like the horse carriage, you see, the combination of all the valid bases, like the wheel, the horse, and then all the part and particles that involve, actualize legitimate existence of carriage, isn't it? So similar, the person also exists in that way. Then you apply that to the aggregates, like form aggregates, feeling aggregates, etc., and then to the rest of the thing. Then finally, can come to the mental aggregates. So there are so many different mental factors, like such as 51 mental factors, virtuous mind, delusional mind, neutral mind, present mind, past, future mind. Then try to actualize the emptiness of each and every one thoughts. Then gradually, to establish the same nature of emptiness to the conventional nature of the mind, conventional nature of the mind, conventional, the absolute nature of the mind, the conventional Tathagata, and then actualize the emptiness onto the ultimate, ultimate nature of the mind, the emptiness of the emptiness, emptiness of the ultimate nature of the mind. Then actualize the emptiness of that emptiness, emptiness of the emptiness of that emptiness. The emptiness that you actualize on the ultimate nature of the clear light, or ultimate nature of the Tathagata essence, then the nature of that emptiness also is empty. That nature of that emptiness also is emptiness. Then using the wisdom of that emptiness, using wisdom of that emptiness, as mentioned before, using the tool of the most stable calm-abiding mind, then place your absorption meditation on the emptiness of the Tathagata essence, or emptiness of the Kriya. So that is the so that is Mahamudra meditation. That is very much being in Mahamudra meditation, or being in Chagyashem, or even very much Dzogchen also very much meaning that. You see, so the state of being in that meditation is, like completely being in void of complete being in absorption in the voidness. So during the training in the beginner level, then just very much in ordinary word, simply watching your mind. Train through that, simply watching your mind. Then never, train yourself never to interpret, exaggerate, or put any extra layers of effort when any thought arises. Even it can be negative or it can be positive. Just simply aware and just move on. While being aware of your mind, then any characteristic aspect of the mind comes in your way, just be aware. Or just be aware that let's say the anger arises. Just be aware anger arises, but then learn to not to describe how the anger looks like, the characteristic of anger. So just let go, move on. Then there may be a next thought coming in your way. Next thought, can be virtuous thought, inspiration. Just be aware, let go, move on, and continue to place back the simply awareness, simply being aware of the voidness of the nature of the mind. See, so meditate, training like that. Then eventually, when we achieve the shamatha, then when you use the emptiness of the mind as object of shamatha meditation, then we don't have to go through this struggle of needed to handle of the rest of the thought arising. So like that. So after understanding well on the the meaning of emptiness, then as mentioned before, gradually to understand it, at least through analytical process to understand the emptiness of the mind. Then from the very beginning, you can use the wisdom that you achieve from analytical training on the understanding of emptiness of the mind as a object of your the karma writing, object of your shamatha, concentration meditation. So that way, the scriptures and the past masters that recommended, this way, then the result of special insight, the result of the Mahamudra practice will be more fruitful, even in relation to time, without taking much time in the preliminary, because since you already trained using the same object of meditation from the very beginning, even while you're training your concentration, So then when you attain the shamatha, very much simultaneously you attain the special insight. And then the absorption state of special insight is a Mahamudra, absorption state of special insight. Is the Mahamudra. The absorption state of special insight is using the shamatha mind, then utilizing the absorption meditation on emptiness as an antidote to eradicate the defilement. How we utilize the special insight. Another term is utilizing the Mahamudra, effective, the effective, what you call the eradication of defilement through the absorption meditation. So then, then as far as concerned with the tantric technique, then you meditate, you try to bring forward the death process, the dissolution process in your meditation, and get into the absorption meditation on emptiness of the mind, and emptiness of the Buddha nature or the clear light. Then try to through meditation, try to train the while experiencing the process, the dissolution process, but still can able to carry on your absorption meditation without losing the meditation object. Then, since you also learn about the characteristic of clear light, and the experience, you at least know what experience of clear light is, then without losing the meditation that you carry on to able to what do you call the yeah, like what mentioned in the morning, like the meeting of the mother and son, the actual experience, and the meditation can able to just match. You see, so you see, so that's why in the common training, just place focus on the emptiness of mind, and whatever thought arises, you never make a judgment. You just just whatever awareness comes, and learn to let go and move on, focusing on it. Similar way, when you take this into the next level in the tantric practice, then the dissolution, those dissolution process comes in your way, not to be distracted like the earlier one, not to be distracted, and continue to place your focus on meditation. So the training technique is similar, but first we have to train with our the common path. You see, a common path. And then that start with like 5 minutes of meditation. Just maybe about 1 minute. Try to establish good understanding of the definition of emptiness. Then to understand the definition of emptiness of the mind. Then try to place your mindfulness there. Then during remaining 3 or 4 minutes, a lot of other ideas and thoughts may come up, and try to learn to not to interpret, not to attach. If it's good, not to attach. If it is bad, also not to be aversion. Just know, let go, move on. Know, let go, move on. So you train that for 5 minutes meditation. See, then that will accumulate experiences, habitual experiences to able to do longer meditation. So eventually, develop to 10 minutes. The distraction will be lesser. The strength of focus will be longer. Then the experience of the meditation will be more intense. And then you increase, 20, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, like that. Then eventually, that may help to also achieve the shamatha, and that may also help to achieve the special insight. So one of the main benefits of using the emptiness as an object, especially the emptiness of the mind as an object of meditation, it also helps to accumulate the conducive condition of purification of negativities and accumulations of merit, which is one of the important tools to the success of this meditation. So, in one go, you achieve the best of everything. So, like that. Okay. Any question about this? Then I will maybe read through the root text. And then this is also the root text composed by the fourth Panchen Lama on the Mahamudra. And it also has a commentary, you can find in English text. So you can read those. Yeah. So, oh, yes.
So my question is, once a skilled practitioner who has achieved shamatha is able to enter this absorptive state, what are the processes to leave that state? Are there steps, or is it like something that happens naturally? It seems to me that it would just keep going.
If you train shamatha using the shamatha meditation object other than emptiness, then you need to go through the next steps of familiarizing or making habit in meditation on using the emptiness as an object of your shamatha meditation. So then from there, when you are used to the meditation on emptiness using the shamatha mind, then eventually you're able to actualize the special insight. As far as concerned with the Mahamudra, then especially if you want to use the most extent one, then not just anyhow emptiness, like not the emptiness of person, emptiness of phenomena. Here the emptiness of the ultimate nature of your mind. You see, so it will be easy, but still need to familiarize. So therefore, if you haven't engaged in developing shamatha, then from very beginning, if you able to, if you're able to use emptiness wisdom as object of your shamatha meditation, then that step is, there's no kind of extra familiarization is needed. You're straight away able to get into, when you achieve the shamatha, you achieve the special insight simultaneously. Like that. Thank you. Any other questions? I feel very sleepy. Yes, please.
Thank you for your teachings.
Thank you.
I have a question. And the question is, may I offer a short verse on my understanding of the Buddha Dharma for your consideration, and whether my understanding might be valid or not. It's a 7-line verse, and it takes 77 seconds to read.
Yeah.
May I do that? Because I would really love to know what you think, because of who you are.
Okay, your question is very profound, and until I didn't really understand. I didn't get it. Can you say? Oh, you want to read something for me?
Yes.
Oh, please.
And for your input to validate or invalidate, I don't care.
Please. No,
No,
no.
I would just like to know.
Please.
Who. You can tell I'm extremely nervous.
No, please don't. I'm nervous of even reading the letters correctly. I just to spell, to read correctly is very difficult for me.
I'm an ignorant practitioner.
No.
But every now and then, even ignorant practitioners get a glimpse into the nature of reality.
Yes.
And the title is A Glimpse. No way to explain. Sitting silently, the light turned around, looking within, no thing found. Not holding on, not letting go, non-dual and free. Simultaneously, samsara and nirvana self-liberate, interpenetrate, and liberate each other. Not empty, not full, non-dual and free. Samsara and nirvana have different names, but are identical in the realm of reality. Luminous, deep, beyond hidden and seen. Inconceivable. No way to explain. And I dedicate this to my teacher, Daido Roshi, at Zen Mountain Monastery, without whose teachings I could not have uttered a single word. This page would be blank.
Oh, thank you. Very, very, very beautiful. You compose?
Yes.
Very beautifully composed.
There's 7 verses. It took me 7 years to write.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
Worth taking 7 years. This is So that your verse is very much what we've been talking whole day today. So it's So maybe you can compose now commentary on that for another 7 years. 700 pages commentary. minimum 700 pages. Yeah. Well, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Yeah. We all are very fortunate. Huh? Yeah, really, really wonderful. Thank you, Julie, for causing, what's your good name? Tongyi. The title of the text should be your name, Tongyi. So, yeah, really, thank you for sharing. Really, really profound. Yeah, wonderful. So I think really you should compose a commentary on that. Yeah, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, very profound. I will, maybe later you can share a copy, or you can email me. So I will reflect on it. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So we give a big hand for Tony for doing this. Yeah, maybe it's a very good idea. Individually, to write down your own, write down the is Mahamudra, the understanding of the Mahamudra in your own way of interpretation, that which make you understand a very concise way, easy way, but yet is authentic. That has a basis, lineage basis of those texts, teachings like that. Yeah, good. Sure. Thank you.
Hi, Geshe.
Yeah. Yes. 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 You can say that. Yes. I think whatever word that we can explain and we can recite is very limited. Sorry. Yeah, there's not enough words to actually express that intimacy that is in individual experiences. So the word and the teaching is just guidance and tools that you can you apply, then be habitual, and with the blessings of the the lineage, the blessings of the authentically that you're following the instruction, not just any way you like, but there's a the training tools have been used by the Buddhas and up to the great Masters. So, and keep repeating through your training in meditation, then the actual realization is very personal and very it's almost unexpressible. you know yourself what is it, but very difficult to express in word to describe to others.
Geshe, there's a question online.
Okay.
Hi, Geshe. Can you
Hello.
tell us? Can you tell us the difference between planting and single pointed stage? What's the difference between between them in terms of focus, clarity, vividness, and vigilance?
Mm-hmm.
Between the stage 8 and stage 9, is there any difference?
Yes, difference. The difference in it is focus. It is attention. Some the earlier one is more forced attention is required. The later one is intermediate attention. So that's where the application of 4 attentions comes in. Yeah, there is difference. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. Okay. So I will quickly just read. Then after that, you can read the root text. Easily you can find online. It called the main part of the conqueror's root stanza on Mahamudra, according to the precious lineage of the secret words of Ganden masters by Penjen Losang Chegen. Yeah. So it's this few earlier verses is a preliminary, and after that, then actual guidance of the practice. So I find very clear, that how to utilize the Mahamudra meditation or practice. Namo Mahamudraya. So paying veneration. The great seal, all pervading, and the nature of all indivisible from. This is the infallible expense of Vajra mind, most supreme among realized one, who reveal this naked to you. O peerless teacher, I pay homage. So the composer pay homage to purify obstacles and also to recommend merit and to make the composition more beneficial. I shall write here on the Mahamudra according to the tradition of the supremely realized Dharma Vajra and his children. Dharma Vajra, they very much talking about Guru Vajradhara and his children's, all the great Indian masters like Naropa, Saraha, Naropa, etc. Then including of the great Tibetan master like Lama Marba, Milarepa, Gamboba. The upholder of the secret lineage of Ganden. So here, not necessarily, here is basically saying the secret lineage holder of the Ganden masters, like such as Lama Tsongkhapa. Lama Tsongkhapa. Then the earlier Kadamba masters, who are practitioners of all tradition, including Ganden, who distill the essence of the oceans of sutra and tantra instruction and transmitted it excellently. These are 3: the preliminary, the main, and conclusion. So this whole text consists of 3. Of this, since the first is the gateway to the great vehicle, and it is essential axle. So not just through mouth and mere words, but with emphasis, seek refuge in general the mind. So this practice, should be conducted with a proper ground of preliminary, not even just reciting it, but really, like, going for refuge, generating altruistic motivation. Since seeing the mind true nature is dependent upon gathering accumulations, purifying defilements, proceed first with the 100,000 100-syllable mantra and hundreds of repetitions of the confession of downfall. So here talking about the common and uncommon preliminaries, to the success of Mahamudra practice. So the earlier one is the common preliminary, like taking refuge, generating motivation, altruism motivation. Then uncommon preliminary is, first should engage in 100,000 recitations of Vajrasattva retreat. Then hundreds of repetition practice of the confessions of downfall. So you can do that based on 35 Buddha's practice. Then right after that, there's a confession of downfalls. Because to actualize the realization of the Mahamudra, one of the main obstacles is the broken samaya, the precepts in relation to Guru, in relation to your whatever the precepts that you have, like refuge, their vows, Bodhisattva, tantric vows, whatever precepts. It is any downfalls and those obstacles. In order to purify that, practice and recitation of the confession of the downfalls. Usually in the prayer text, the confession of downfalls comes right after. Kotumsha is the right Chisha. The Tungsha, the confession of downfall in relation to confession of downfall is in relation to 35 Buddha's practice. Then right after that, there's the confession of general downfalls called Jisha. Then to your root guru, who is inseparable from all the Buddhas of the 3 times, make repeated supplication from the heart. So this is the Guru Yoga practice, especially for Gelug practitioner. If you use Lama Zopa Guru Yoga, then there's a strong, there's a supplication in relation to the sadhana. Then after that onward is the actual the teaching or actual practice of the Mahamudra. As for the main practice of the Great Seal, though there seems numerous perspectives, due to the division of Sutra and Tantra, there are 2. The latter refer to the clear light, or the latter refer to the clear light according to the Tantra. The earlier one is referred to the wisdom of emptiness, wisdom of emptiness. The latter refer to the clear light that arises from the such skillful means as pinpointing the vital point of the body. So that arises, so the success of the Mahamudra in relation to the Tantra, the clear light, or the success of the Mahamudra in relation to Sutra, the utilization of the special insight, that arises from the skillful means referred to the shamatha, arises from the such skillful means. The shamatha, from the 6 parameter, it referred to all the earlier 5 parameters, depending on how good you are in that. Like for the accumulation, merit, purification, you engage in practice of generosity, morality, etc. Then especially shamatha, then that will give rise to the the realization on Mahamudra, whichever tradition you follow, Tantra or Sutra. This is the great seal of the Saraha, Nagarjuna, Naropa, Maitripa. It is the innermost essence of the unexcelled Tantra, as revealed in the cycle of realization realization and of the essence. Mm. So the especially for the Gelug, the Mahamudra tradition, for the Gelug, you trace the tradition like such as Nagarjuna, what's it, the Mitripa, the one of the Adisha's guru, one of Adisha's guru, So Adisha is a direct lineage to the Tibetan masters, both Sutra and Tantra. Even though the most impact tantric teaching to Tibet brought by Guru Pema Sambhava, Marpa, etc. But then from the Kadamba lineage, then the Adisha is the main one, and his guru is Mitripa. Then the earlier lineage like Naropa, Nagarjuna, and Saraha is the innermost essence of the unexalted Tantra. From the high Sukhi Tantric, it comes from, especially from the generation and completion stage of the practice, revealed in the cycle of realization and of the essence, cycle of realization and of the essence, very much referring to the generation and completion stages of the practices from the high Sukhi Tantric training. The former refer to the mood of meditating on emptiness, as taught explicitly in the extensive and medium and the short. The former, the Mahamudra is the sutra, referring to sutra. The sutric tradition of Mahamudra is emptiness, and that teaching, extensively taught in extensive, which is boom. There's 100,000 verses. Medium Yiti is 20,000. 20,000 verses, or some emphasize 25,000 verses. Short is the 8,000 verses. So it's extensively taught there. There's no door to liberation apart from this. So state the most excellent noble Nagarjuna. So Nagarjuna said that. I shall transmit here the guide to the Great Seal. I shall expound here the mood of the introducing the mind nature in perfect accordance with the word of the lineage teacher. The spontaneous application and the amulet box. So they are tradition. They are techniques, spontaneous application. Then amulet box of 5, some go 6-fold. Here it says 5-fold. There's some other text go 6-fold. Fusion of taste. Then there's another technique of 4 letters. Then the pacifier, cutting off, and the great perfection. This Karisa. the spontaneous application. The Venerable Gamboba, who trained disciples with 6 practices of Naropa yogas, Naropa yogas. So they refer to that. Then amulet box. The traditional amulet box was founded by the Ketup Gongbo. Then, such as 6 pairs of equal tastes, which Jigden Gombo, such lineage provide. Then, then there was 4 syllables, Amanasi. So there's such techniques. Then pacifier tradition by the the Padamba Sangye. If you read the teachings of Padamba Sangye, they use the technique of the pacifier tradition. Then cutting of rights. The great yogini, Maji Labdhan's the chair practice. These are the different tools to actualize the Mahamudra. Then from the great completion tradition, which is like Dzogchen, is from Nyingma, which is also similar meaning to Shakchen, Mahamudra. So there's such the Dzogchen technique, the Nyingma teachings. If you read the Dzogchen teachings, Nyingma tradition, those techniques are is a Mahamudra training techniques. And then the Kadamba masters, the teachings on middle way, Madhyamika, the extensive tools to understand the emptiness. Then so those different like such as the like four kind of logical reasonings to establish emptiness, such as the kings of the reasoning to establish what is the kings of the reasoning to establish the meaning of emptiness, etc. So this is what the spontaneous application, the amulet box, the 5-fold, the fusion of taste. So in the other text it goes 6 folds, here it goes 5 folds, and the 4 letters. Then the pacifier, the cutting off, the chair practice, cutting off the great perfection, the middle way. So this is what I'm talking about. So if you just briefly leave some imprints later when you read the text, then you can elaborate. Though there are numerous appellations, when examined by the expertise yogi, learn in the definitive scriptures and reasoning, their intention coverage on the same points. So basically, the ultimate reason is to realize emptiness, realize the actualized wisdom of emptiness, all the way to the emptiness of the light. Then actualize the eradication of defilement and dharmakaya. So whichever tool you use, whichever tradition you use, ultimately it's the same point. So of the two approaches, seeking meditation on the basis of the view and seeking the view, on the basis of absorption meditation. Here it is in accordance with the letter. On the meditations, on a meditation seat most comfortable, ensuring the adoption of the sevenfold bodily posture, dispel the impure wind through the 9 rounds of breathing, and distinguish clearly the fresh and scoria of awareness. This is the now leading into the actual meditation process. Like talk about the common, uncommon preliminary to practice. Then you do the preparation for the meditation, such as to conduct the seminar practice, like actualizing meditation, including meditation cushion, if you can afford, altar, etc. Then after that, you sit on the cushion, and best posture is the 7 version of meditation posture, usual meditation posture. And then sorry. Then the 9 round of breathing meditation. So one of the tradition or the true technique to do extensive Mahamudra meditation is from the 6th yoga of Naropa. So the meditation exercise I mentioned, this is just you can use that for this, 9 round of breathing exercise. Then, as I mentioned in the morning, after the initial 9 round breathing, and after that do the purification of 3 poisons, aversion, attachment, ignorance, again through the 9 round breathing meditation, like that. Endowed with the perfect virtuous seat of the mind, on the correct motivation or altruism. Set the precedent of seeking refuge in mind generation, and undertake the profound path of the Guru Yoga. Then having performed fervent supplication and 100 times and so on, dissolve the Guru into you. So initially what we discussed is the general idea. But now here, from the verse 13 onward, when you want to do the Mahamudra meditation, follow word by word, line by line. So that's why this word text is very good. You just follow, guiding us in the meditation posture, then random motivation, etc. Now taking refuge in bodhicitta, including Guru Yoga practices, then Guru dissolving into you, and for Guru Yoga practice, you use Lama Zopa Guru Yoga. You use the whole sadhana, then everything is there, including dissolving of Guru in your heart. Whilst in the state of diverse perception, without any contriving whatsoever, with thought of hope, doubt, and so on, place your mind for a while in equipoise. Try to have this meditative equipoise and just simply placing on breathing, the shamatha, the concentration training, at least before you kick off into the actual meditation, just do a short preparatory meditation on meditative equipoise, using breathing as object of your meditation. Unlike the cessations of the mental activity, such as in fainting or falling into sleep, set up the watch pose of unwavering mindfulness and prepare the vigilance of that catches movement. So this is here. Now actualize the shamatha. Talking about actualizing shamatha. Toward this nature of the knowing and luminous, channel all your focus on nakedly observe it. Alternately like this skill swordman, swiftly cut conceptualization as they arise. Actual meditation draws the nature of knowing the luminosity. Now, first you do the first preparatory meditative equipoise, placing on the breathing. Second, now you use the shamatha, the concentration level of the shamatha, focusing on the emptiness of the mind. You see, toward this nature of knowing luminosity of the mind, luminosity of the mind. Now then channel your focus meditation, nakedly observe it, nakedly observing just the voidness, the nature of the mind. Alternately, like a skillful swordman, swiftly cut conceptual as they arise. In between any obstacle, other thoughts arises. Conceptual thought arises, delusion arises. Then very effective, like sharp, like a swordman. Don't wait to pass it. Just know, pass, move on. As I mentioned before, like that. This is what he's talking about. When you abide at the end of such cutting off, lost not your mindfulness, but let go with ease. Channel your attention, but let go with ease. There is the locus to place your mind. I don't know what you mean. When you abide at the end of such cutting off, so this is talking about. When you abide at the end of the such cutting off, lose not your mindfulness. When the conceptual disturbance comes, cutting off means let go. Then lose not your mindfulness. Don't lose mindfulness on your meditative object. One portion of mind is distracted, but that you let go by easing it. Was it easing it by letting go? Then channel your attention, the object of meditation, but then again, not by kind of like force. Is very much channeling the focus back is by achieving the ease mind, by letting go of the distractive, the conceptual thought that came by, so that will make yourself to return very easily, to the object of meditation. So then there is the locus to place your mind. So very much easy way to place your mind, I guess. I don't understand the word locus. What do you mean? Central location. Okay, locus. So then you're able to capture your object of your meditation. Also, it has been stated elsewhere, the mind that is bound in its own intentionment, when released, it is free there with no doubt. So as stated in this, let go without distraction. Let go without distraction means let go without exaggerating or elaborating or try to understand what this thought is, what this disturbance is. Whatever conceptualization arises, if you observe their nature, they dissolve, and the total absence arises. Likewise, if you prove them, even when they abide, they are unobstructed, empty, and vividly luminous. So, generally, this is just giving an example. And generally, whenever conceptualization arises, if you observe its ultimate nature, then conceptualization disappears. So, So it's also talking about in another way, if you really can't help, your mind is so discursive and so easily interpretive and grasping and distracted, then what you do is another method is you observe the nature of that conceptual mind. You say if anger arises and you just grasp onto it, you feel very, very bad, feel very disturbed. Then instead of try to let go, know and let go, because it can't help to get rid of that disturbed mind, isn't it? Then another method is you observe its ultimate nature of that anger. Then by observing it, that's the way to eradicate the conceptual disturbances. So this is what I'm talking about that. Seeing this is called fusion of abiding and mobility. So this is in common path, it called special insight. But in the Mahamudra, from the tantric practice, then so is abiding and mobility is the same kinds of process. Abiding is like not losing the focus on meditation. Mobility is you pause a moment from the actual focus of the actual object of meditation, but rather you spend some time to analyze of the ultimate nature of the disturbed mind. So for that, certain meditators, they really take a break. They really take a break from the session, and they engage into a pause session, but it's still a meditative session. Pause session, but it's still a meditative session. To meditate, analyzing the ultimate nature of that disturbed mind. You see, so why is pause session? Because pause from your meditative equipoise. Why is not pause session of the pause and equipoise? Was it meditation and pause session? Because you are not, arise completely out of the meditation, completely out of meditation. That's why it's still in meditation, but then in between, like that. Especially at the beginning when our mind is not well trained, then good to have this pause meditation, in the short, whenever obstacle come, you do this meditation. So whatever conceptualism may arise, do not stop them, but recognize their movement and place your mind unwaveringly upon them. They are like the bird trap on the ship that flees off. Just as the raven that takes off from the ship flies to all direction, but land back on the same ship by pursuing your meditation in this manner. So, because you're meditating on the ultimate nature, the same meaning of the ultimate nature of even this conceptual disturbed mind, because your main meditation object is emptiness of the mind, isn't it? So when the disturbed mind comes, when you meditate on the emptiness mind, meditate on the emptiness nature of that disturbed what you call emotions or mind comes, then it's give an example like even you get wandered some time from your actual object of meditation, but then still you will come back easily to the actual meditation object, like the bird in the middle of the sea. You release a bird from your boat. There's no way to land, go around everywhere and fly back to the same. But isn't it like boat? So now bird and boat all become ourselves. So this is my purification.
Geshe-la, could you please repeat the name of the root text you're reading from?
This is the root text on the Mahamudra by Penjin Osang Chogi Gyaltsen.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Yeah, Shankar will tell all of you what the text is. There are few translation versions. I find this translation is good. Okay, where am I? So I just need to finish the text. Okay, yes. Nothing obscure the nature of your equipoise, a meditative state, which will be clear and vivid, since thought do not exist in any materiality. And they will appear space like as total absence and as anything. Though you see the mind true nature more forcefully than seeing it with direct perception, there's nothing to grasp as this and demonstrate. So whatever appears leaves them freely with no grasping. This is the quintessential instruction to grab Buddhahood with one's bare hand. So proclaim most meditators of the snow mountain with uniformity in their understanding today. Though this may be so, this method is an excellent means of cultivating mental abiding by practitioners on the beginner's level and a way to introduce the mind conventional nature. Okay, almost finished. Okay. That this is so, I Chogi Gyaltsen assert now as for how to effect introduction to the true nature of the mind, I shall present here the oral instruction of my root guru, who is the wisdom of all Buddhas, assuming the form of the saffron clad monk who dispelled the darkness of my mind. Whilst in the earlier meditative equipoise, how to say WHILST, whilst in the earlier meditative equipoise, just as in calm and clear water, little fish flashes about without disturbing, with subtle awareness probe intelligently the nature of that person that is meditating. The seven noble Nagarjuna himself said, the person is not earth or water. He is not fire, not wind, nor the space. Neither is he consciousness. If he is not any of this, where then is a person apart from this? Since person is collection of 6 elements, he is not ultimately real. Likewise, each element too is a collection, so hence is not ultimately real. So these are the logical reasonings that you can exercise to get to to gain the wisdom of understanding of emptiness, in relation to self phenomena, including in relation to the mind, including the Tathagata essence. It itself also lies in, it does not exist within, it does not exist without inherently. It does not exist in its past moment, present moment, future moment. It does not exist in the aggregates of the person who possesses. It does not exist out of the person of that possessing Tathagata essence. It does not possess in any other external factors or in any other moments. So therefore, this Tathagata essence also lies in the nature of lack of inherent existence. So that you actualize that wisdom. So emptiness too. The emptiness of the Tathagata essence too do not exist inherently. It does not exist in the emptiness. It does not exist in the conventional basis of that ultimate reality. It does not exist in any phenomena, in any elements. So therefore, the emptiness of emptiness too is emptiness. Then emptiness of that ultimate nature of the mind, which is emptiness nature, also emptiness. Then you're placing your meditative equipoise onto that. Is the Mahamudra. So just as stated here, when search for the meditative equipoise, he who is in equipoise and so on, of this, not even an atom is to be found. So even the meditator, even the wisdom that meditating onto it. At that point, undistracted, and in single pointedness, you should persist with the space-like equipoise. Space-like equipoise. So when you do meditation, meditate observation, is called the space-like meditation. Space-like equipoise meditation. So very much, being in complete void. Like when you look up the space, what you see is just simply void. Complete void. Entirety, is void on, isn't it? So that's the point. So if you ask in one word, during Mahamudra meditation, what aspect of meditation you are in? I'm in the space-like meditative equipoise manner of meditation. Alternatively, whilst in a meditative equipoise, not in a material form, but utterly void. Utterly void. So therefore, the most effective meditation of Mahamudra, not any meditation of emptiness. This one is meditating on the emptiness of the mind. You see, so mind itself is the ultimate nature of the mind is void, and that ultimate nature, the emptiness of that ultimate nature of the mind, you are meditating on that. You see, so because of that, because of its non-material form, then it's so easy, to actualize the benefit of complete voidness. Unobstructed perception of diversity arise. This unceasing continuum of the clear and knowing awareness. The mind that is uninterrupted engagement. The meditative equipoise is like that. As for the object of it is apprehension, which is the perception and grasping at independence. Lord Shantideva stated them to be false. So if there's any perception or grasping as an independent existence, then even your so-called meditating on voidness is a false. So you really need to meditate complete loose of entire grasping, complete empty. So, but in order not to fall into the nihilism, the true extreme, then you need to train when you do analytical meditation. The wisdom that you gain from analytical meditation has to be wisdom that which is free from true extreme. If you don't do that, then just simply try to figuring out empty, then when you come to a conclusion of complete empty, complete void, and placing your equipoise meditation there's a danger of falling into nihilism, like nothingness. So you are not meditating on nothingness. You are meditating on emptiness, existent but complete, non-existent. You're meditating on something that which is exists, at the same time it is completely non-existent. That which are continuum and collection. They are like rosaries, army, and so on. False. That which are continuum and collection. They are like rosary, army, and so on. False. I see. Yeah. So even you're able to, meditate on that void, if you fall into the extreme of, either extreme of, independency, the grasping of independency, or extreme of completely non-existent. So even you are able to remain in long meditative equipoise, it is a false. So through scriptures such as this and the reasoning on this truth of nothing exists as I perceive, place your mind in the one-pointed equipoise. In brief, as my spiritual mentor, the all-knowing Lama Yeshe, who is in his perfect accord with the reality state, if you utterly recognize whatever thoughts arise as a subjective without dependent on anything else, the ultimate expense of reality will drown your awareness will enter the expense thus drown. Okay, so you have to read by yourself. My reading will make you even more confused. Alas, I shall remain equipoised in this with single pointedness. Meaning is as mentioned before. So likewise, Master Dharma Sangye said, circle around this sphere of awareness whilst in emptiness. The view is unobstructed and unimpeded. O people of Dingri, the intention of this statement, coverage on the same point. So, you need to, that's why the special insight, need to be there. This one talking about needed of both mindfulness, focus, as well as very sharp introspective mind, which is the special insight. This special insight has a capability of complete shamatha, complete equipoise, but at the same time, whenever necessary, there is a sharp mind to analyze whether you are in a false meditation or whether you are in a correct meditation. So that's done. So now just few words of conclusion. In conclusion, whatever positive factor there may be from engaging in this practice of great seal, together with the oceans of virtues of 3 times, dedicate this towards the great unexalted enlightenment. Thus, having gained this familiarity in this practice, whatever perceptions of object may arise, recognize in depth the manner of their perception, then their ultimate mood will appear stark naked. This is the essential point of recognizing whatever. In brief, whether it is your own mind and so on, whatever may appear, do not grasp them as real, but ascertain their mode of being and always sustain this. Knowing this views into single nature, all phenomena of samsara and nirvana. So Aryadeva stated that the reality of one thing is indeed the reality of all. Therefore, while placing your mind perfectly upon the true nature of the mind, you will be free of extreme of elaborations, such as of is and is not, of samsara and nirvana. When you rise from this and examine as a mere appellation and construct functionalities and dependence arise spontaneously and without violence, like dreams, mirage, and moon reflection in water, or like illusion, conjured by magicians. So, by the effect of meditation absorption during the meditation, then when you are in a post-meditation, then everything, the impact is everything. You see as illusion-like, dream-like, magician's creation-like. So then you lose this, the graspings, the inherent graspings. Appearance will then not obscure emptiness, and emptiness will not obscure appearance. So then you come to a point when you see voidness, when you see complete non-existent, you see, existent, the interdependent rising. When you see interdependent rising, you don't obscure by inherent or substantial grasping.
you see complete empty of it. You see, so there then, existent and non-existent come to non-contradictory. You see, so there then you have to establish as long as it exists by interdependent arising, lies in the nature of emptiness. As long as it lies in the nature of emptiness, it lies in the nature of interdependent arising. So appearance will then not obscure emptiness. So then whatever you see, whatever appears to your mind and senses, will not obscure to see it is absolute nature. At this moment, right now, when we appear, in appearances, it obscure seeing the ultimate reality, the emptiness, because sees as a true existence. And emptiness will not obscure appearance. And whenever we go into meditation of lacking of inherent existence, true existence, then for us at this moment, danger of falling into complete nothingness, like losing everything, losing existence. So, when you see emptiness, that will not obscure appearance. You see, is what it meant. At that point, excellent part of the perfect identity of emptiness and dependent origin will be manifest into you. You see, the speaker of this is a renouncer who has heard a lot, someone called Lobsang Sheki Jansen. Through this virtue, may all beings swiftly become victorious. Through this path that is devoid of second path to peace. Thank you. And so sorry for my lousy voice, lousy reading, lousy explanation. And please help to completely dissolve into empty, okay? All those lousiness.
Geshe, thank you so much for the root.
Then hopefully from there, then the real teaching may be able to illustrate. So do that. So please do read the root text. Very easy to understand. Then please refer to my this morning's talk. There, I think I give the whole summary. Okay. Afternoon, I try to relate to the text, but then it's not really going according with what I planned. And so I think this is truly a lacking of my own merit. You need to talk about emptiness, and when you're losing your voice means not enough merit. Thank you. Okay, take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the root transmission, Geshe.
Thank you.